We're here with head coach Cleve Wright, freshman point guard Leah Purvis, and sophomore guard Jazz Smith after a 55-50 loss to Toledo. Coach, your opening statement on today's game.
I thought our team played hard, played together, played a good Toledo team, and I thought we executed our game plan. Certainly, we had a few instances where we didn't do that, but for the most part, 80-90% of the time, we did what we wanted to on the defensive end. And when you're in a close game like this, plays happen, and I felt like Toledo got one key offensive rebound late in the game that hurt us. And I felt like, but I do feel like we had players step up, and we're just learning. We're just continuing to learn, continuing to get better, and that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. So again, good Toledo team. We just need to keep moving forward.
Leah, your shot was falling tonight. When you feel it is falling like that, do you feel responsibility to be an offensive threat?
I feel like being an offensive threat all the time, but it just depends on how the defense plays you, and I don't want to force shots, so it all just depends on what the defense is giving me. And tonight I just felt a little more open than sometimes I tend to feel.
Jazz, you were really getting after it on the defensive end. You finished with 5 steals, including about 3 in a 1-minute stretch. What is the key to being able to read the pass and getting those steals?
I think this game I was in a different position. Instead of being on the top line, I was on the back line, so it gave me a chance to kind of sit back and watch the point guard, watch her eyes, and where she was going to throw the ball. So I was just able to read what she wanted to do a little more this game.
Coach, back-to-back pretty good defensive efforts. What would you have to say about the team defense over the last couple games, and maybe more specifically tonight?
I don't know if I've actually said this out loud even to our team, but when you look at the number of games that the players on our team have played, and to be able to execute a defensive game plan, I think that's a compliment to them. And I think when you can play defense, you can keep yourself in games. You can give yourself a chance maybe when the shot isn't going down, or maybe you're struggling on the offensive end, not getting a good look. So. I think those were 2 solid defensive efforts in a row, and so we need to continue that. We need to continue to take pride in our defense and want to stop people, and then really work on being aggressive on the offensive end, assertive on the offensive end, moving the ball, and taking advantage of what's there on that offensive end.
This question's for all of you, but I would like Leah and Jazz to answer it first. Obviously, you get into a late game situation, still a very young team, it's a new thing. What are some of the things you think you do well in the late game situations, and what are some of the things you think you need to work on?
Personally, I think our team does a great job of staying together in late game situations, and we've had a few this season. So the youth kind of goes away when you have a few overtimes, a double overtime game. So I think we stay together really well as a team. We motivate each other. But in a late game, I just think we need to keep working on making those decisions, not forcing. But I still think we do a great job.
Just exactly what she said. We've been there, done that, so we have experience where the youth doesn't really play a factor anymore. But I think that we could do a better job of executing once we get there, because we have the opportunities to finish the games up.
Coach, do you have anything to add to that?
The only thing I would add is late in the game, you got to make sure you box out. When you play really good defense and you get the shot, they get the shot that you want them to have for the most part, you got to make sure you box out and finish defense. And we gave up 14 offensive boards this game, and that's just entirely too many.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.